The next step is to choose an implement that successfully penetrates the bale. This is one type of implement here which has a spiral assist and a canister for collecting the samples. And the particular characteristics, any probe which succeeds in penetrating the bales to a depth of about 12 to 14 inches is an acceptable probe with certain qualifications. First of all, we want to see a tip which is 90 degrees to the shaft, not an angled tip, because an angled tip will tend to push away stems from the sampling procedure, which is misrepresenting the leaf-stem ratio. The other thing is we'd like to see a somewhat smaller shaft, 3/8 of an inch to 3/4 of an inch. A very large shaft is acceptable, but what happens is that growers are often tempted not to complete the number of samples that are required with very, very large diameter or very, very long probes, and as a result they don't take enough cores to represent the variation that's in the haystacks. So this particular one is manufactured by a company in Canada and has the advantage of being power assisted. Now there are both push types and power assisted types. If you're dealing with very, very heavy type of bales or double compressed bales for export, I would highly recommend a gas powered drill. Electric drills give up on you too easily, and gas powered drills have much greater torque if you're using a power assist type of drill. Type of probe. Okay, so Craig Giannini will demonstrate this particular drill on this haystack here, and we'll start it up. Go ahead, Craig, and give it a try. Switch it. All right. Go in about 12 to 14 inches into the bale. Keeping parallel to the bale, not on the angle. Now it's pretty important that the tip be very sharp, otherwise it heats up too much, and you'll find that after 3 or 4 probes it's going to be a problem. But this, you just would push this down into the canister and then go on to your next hole. We recommend for forage quality testing 20 probes be taken to represent the variation in a haystack. And this is what you're seeing there. We're going to do 20 cores just like that to represent a composite sample that will be then put into a bag and sent to the lab. So Craig is going to do another one for us here in a moment. So typically we would look for about a half a pound of hay to be produced from our sampling procedure as a composite sample of 20 cores. So as you can see here, the key issue is you have leaf material and you have stem material. And the key issue of sampling is to represent that stem material and the leaf-stem ratio that's common throughout the haystack. And you can see if you go through here that you have a number of fine particles and a number of very coarse particles like that. So the sampling procedure must make sure that you represent these stemmy materials as well as the leafy materials.